TNC Predators turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. FNATIC's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. TNC Predators turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. FNATIC's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. FNATIC's turn to pick. TNC Predators turn. Luna. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. FNATIC's turn to...
Why do you like the Grimstroke ban? Sorry.
Because of the Dark Port. The Aghanim Scepter you get is a really hard counter to the Luna. It's just a hero that doesn't have any way of killing the illusion that it makes of you. We saw it in one of the earlier games where Grimstroke in the support role countered like a hard carry Luna just by himself.
I think it was yesterday actually. TNC against FNATIC as well.
I see. But TNC, they're not going to pick up the Phoenix, even though it was let through. They're going to pick up that Tusk instead, which we have seen them on.
Yeah, a little bit of a reset button against the Eclipse, safe against Lashrock, and a good laning presence also early on into the game. Death Prophet Tusk is one of the better dual lanes in Dota, I'd say. Probably can contest Abaddon Luna pretty easily. FNATIC, I think it's going to be a mid-lash, and they're going to be looking for one of those tanky offlaners that Dev really likes. Maybe they'll even last pick it. And they could go for a Phoenix themselves. Looks pretty good for them too.
So if we're looking at a tanky hero for Death, we see the Tidehunter isn't in the pool. What other potential options could there be for them to pick?
Legion Commander.
You really didn't like it last draft though.
Yeah, but this time around it makes a lot more sense because you actually have these cores that you can really just stay behind and save. They have 2 flash farming cores that can just take the map over for you. They go for the Shadow Demon. Okay. Shadow Demon Luna, the classic.
Yeah, that's a back. Gives you the
Shadow Demon Lash even.
Yeah. The Purge against the Death Prophet, you can't have that self-heals, so... it seems like a pretty good pick here. Gives you another save as well.
How about Storm Spirit here? If TNC picks Storm right now, I feel very bad for FNATIC. They have no catch.
Yeah, they need to pick something that takes advantage of that, whether it's Storm or an Ember, some kind of spirit hero, some kind of carry maybe that even can take advantage of that.
Darkseer against Shadow Demon. Wow. I did not expect that pick. So it's the DP middle. That means no spirit there either. And Darkseer into Shadow Demon is very... It's not bad early on into the game, but past Purge, it's gonna be rough. Like, you can't search anyone, you can't Iron Shell anyone.
Are they potentially doing too much of the opposite, right? Like their first game, they really wanted aggression, but they had that potential fallback. Are they now too focused on early game that they're not thinking about extreme late game? They're like, oh man, we either have to end it before 40 or we're probably not gonna win.
I love their lineup before this Darkseer. I just feel like it's already sort of countered, and they didn't abuse the weakness of FNATIC at all so far, which is the lack of catch. Like, I would have loved to see a Storm or Ember here.
TNC
they could still last pick, right? I mean, it's probably not great, but they could.
They could if they want to lose. Okay then.
Play an Ember.
A carry needs to be able to abuse the lack of stunts at least. We need something like a PA, something that can really jump the back line and kill a Shadow Demon. Because otherwise they're not winning teamfights, I don't think.
Okay, so you like the PA, what are you saying, potentially?
Yeah, some burst damage sort of carry.
Yep.
It's tough. I think this last pick is very tough now for TNC. They sort of drafted themselves into a rough spot, just like FNATIC did last game.
And FNATIC's side, you know, you're already lacking the look of that one, but to really complete the draft, what do you think is going to give them that extreme advantage to take the game?
Something tanky to carry those auras, and that's what, you know, TNC bans Doom, bans Centaur. Centaur was the hero I was looking at because just the disengage from Stampede is really good when you're playing against a hero like Death Prophet. They already have a couple of Centaurs that have the disengage as well as ability to just get on top of Death Prophet if you're going to go for that kill.
Do you think it's a Lash offlane with a Shadow Demon? Or do you think they're going to pick a tanky offlaner?
I think the offlaner fits what they do more. I think Shadow Demon Lash feels kind of squishy and like maybe be punished. Like imagine a Lion plus one lane, and you're against a Tusk. So what we've seen is these Tusks get level 2 in the offlane, and then Darkseer can just play alone, cut waves, farm jungle, and Tusk TP's bottom to go for the tri-lane kills. So
we still have Mars. Mars Shadow Demon is a super strong lane as well.
That is true. Mars is still in there.
But yeah, like this last pick needs to do a lot of work. Like it needs to salvage pretty much everything. The teamfight is still not bad, of course, with this Death Prophet. It's just they kind of put themselves on a clock, which is what I don't like.
Yeah.
What do they have here?
They could potentially miss their timing, and that's it. There's just no real way back into the game, is what you say.
It's going to be a little rough, yeah. Depending on what they pick.
Yeah, is there any consideration towards getting that carry that outranges Luna? Like you mentioned the Drow in the last draft. Did you think that anything like that is an option?
Drow is okay, it's just you don't have this last pick, and there are a couple of heroes that make life pretty difficult for Drow Ranger. And it doesn't go very well with Darkseer also, right? That's why I suggested like a PA, just gets searched and runs in.
That's where the Darkseer pick. I mean, there is some laning strength with the Darkseer plus Tusk. Iron Shell Tusk can block people off, get on top of heroes like Luna, and Abaddon doesn't want to really trade right clicks with an Iron Shell, but it still does feel a bit unexpected. Here.
What about a Ricky?
I wouldn't mind it. I mean, like you kind of gotta go all in, but I feel like that's what TNC drafted for.
Phantom Assassin.
They are gonna go that PA.
Safe one.
Huh. That's really the only one that makes sense also, because like all the other carry heroes are just not that good. Yeah, I mean it's a little bit disappointing because if we could see it from a mile away, I'm sure FNATIC could as well.
Yeah.
And now what do they want? I think Legion Commander now makes so much sense. Strong lane against PA, you have a triple save basically for this Luna and Lashrak dual core.
They're gonna go Dragon. I think they're too scarred. They're too card from the last game with the Legion Commander.
DK is amazing too.
I really don't want to play it.
DK is super good. Like it owns PA lane as well, and it gives you tower pressure, which you now have that in abundance. Like Leshrac, Luna, and DK, you're hard pressed to find better push lineup. Maybe if you replace Abaddon with like a Jakiro or so.
So I'm going to take a stab in the dark. Black, you're going to side with FNATIC's draft here. You really like it, and you think it's going to go to 55 minutes. Am I close to what you're thinking? 55?
Nah, I think it's honestly, if this early game goes bad for TNC, I can see this end in 30 or even less.
Okay. And Gods is going to stick with FNATIC too, but he reckons it's going to go late.
Late? Yeah, how late is this going to go? I feel like if it goes late, I mean, I like FNATIC's draft even if this goes late. You know, you've got Shadow Demon, Luna. It feels like, to me, FNATIC's draft, all stages looks good. I think TNC is going to have to pull something out of their hat, play these lanes incredibly well. It's their first time playing Darkseer during these qualifiers. Gabby's PA, though, he is an amazing PA player, so maybe potentially TNC know what they're doing.
He gets those crits on command, unlike other plebs.
Yeah, I personally like FNATIC's too. I think they are going to go late game though. I think what they've kind of gone for here is to shut down the possibility of TNC winning lanes, getting that early aggression, pushing high ground by the 30-minute mark, and then they want to play their pace. They want to play their tempo. FNATIC have just, I guess, tried to TNC into that early game corner and are trying to come out on top. But we are going to jump into game number 2 of this best of 5. Luck, and I can't wait to see who comes out as winner.
Alrighty, well, FNATIC perhaps have the draft Black to turn this series back in their direction. Things started off poorly for them in game 1, but they made some adjustments. I mean, you could say TNC did too. They changed things up here for game number 2, but it does feel like we're liking what we're seeing from FNATIC.
I don't like the adjustment that TNC made, to be honest. Like, I love their draft, as I said, until the Darkseer pick. It just kind of feels out of place, a little bit forced, perhaps. Whereas this DK last pick, it makes absolute sense with this entire draft. You have a good blink initiation, a good frontliner that you can save with Abaddon, as well as Shadow Demon. It looks like probably one of the best drafts FNATIC had all qualifier long, to be honest.
30 seconds to battle.
Well, see if TNC can find a way to make their draft work. Obviously, something they feel confident in. They feel like this is the game for the Darkseer, and I think a lot maybe of the attention is going to be on how they play that off lane with the Tusk and Darkseer, and if they can pressure this Luna early on, get some early kills.
Yeah, I feel like if they lose this Darkseer lane, this game is going to get really difficult, because this PA lane has 0 chance of winning against the DK. There's just nothing you can do. Just 1 level in Dragon Blood and he will never drop below like 75% health even. He will get a fast 6, start pressuring the tower, and that's when your Darkseer needs to be really strong. To be able to Iron Shell the Tusk with a high level Iron Shell, he TP's bottom, and maybe gets a good kill on the Dragon Knight. But if your Darkseer is shut down, you don't have that option. Your map will just shrink really, really fast.
Okay, well, we'll have to keep an eye out on those plays that TNC need to make. Tim's, you know, if there's a guy you want to put a lot of your hopes into to make this draft work, he's definitely one of the right guys. So we'll see if he can make those kind of rotations that's needed.
I'd agree. I mean, Tim's is probably, I don't know if he's the best, but definitely the top 3 +4 players in the entire region, just like Jabs and DJ are as well. So many good supports here. It's kind of scary.
It's the FBA region. I feel like they're stacked with mids and 4s. And we're starting to see some kind of off-laners break out, like Death being picked up here by FNATIC before these qualifiers, but...
Yeah. Really want to see how this top lane goes. That's where I'm going to be spending most of my camera time on. Mid lane, you just trade farm until level 6. Bot lane shouldn't really be a kill lane for either lane, but DK is gonna out-farm the PA just naturally.
As far as the Shadow Demon goes securing this lane, that's not gonna, like, Shadow Demon's not a weak hero in this lane by any means, is it?
No. I mean, okay, let's say he gets like a double poison stack, you get a disruption, a 3rd poison stack, and then a Dragon Tail. You can actually threaten a kill on these heroes. It shouldn't happen. I like his D. I think his buffs have been quite good. You can't purchase. Oh,
Double, triple.
there's 4 already.
Full shadow poison. Yeah, he's looking for
5.
a bit.
One more.
I click. What's just enough? First, Jab just found him. He got double poison into a disruption, and then he just hit for reform.
Yeah, the classic. I play a lot of SD middle. I catch a lot of boys out like that.
It's a squishy support.
He's always ready.
Yeah.
Gives Shadow Demon a fantastic start.
He now has his boots already. This is why PA is also considered one of the meh heroes. Magic stickers are so good against it. Every dagger you just get 1 charge. 8 on the DK already. How are you ever gonna kill this guy?
Well, even Shadow Demon, usually you're going to have mana from spamming your poison. Stick charges, you know, you're getting that mana back, so
Yeah.
definitely something good. Not to mention, this PA, we talked about, is this going to go 50, 60 minutes like so many games we've seen? Late game Aghanim Shadow Demon, you'd have a built-in break to deal with this PA.
Yeah. And then she's literally a creep.
Make an abomination.
Very interesting.
Favorite?
There's a lot of good ones, to be honest. Probably my favorite is from 496. The one that everyone's spamming. Winnable.
When you get to
Okay. I like the steady pumpy one. That one.
Nice steady bomb, BB.
Yeah.
Yeah, bringing some Singlish into the game. It was actually in the Singapore news, I think.
Really, that's cool. But yeah, I think probably biased because I lived in Singapore, so I hear the Singlish. I'm like, oh yeah, this is great. This is what they're playing. They force Raven to TP away, but he has a point in the vacuum early on. Bok gonna stop the TP, but they don't actually end up getting the kill.
So Raven's like, okay, whatever.
Structures are fortified.
A little bit odd.
The level 2 Iron Shell putting on a lot of pressure though.
Okay, maybe now is going to be the one in trouble. They've got another snowball up and they jump on top of him. The Lucent Beam mini stun helping him out a bit, but Bok takes him down.
Just in range. There was like a millisecond before he's out of range. That was the movement speed. But yeah, off to a good start is TNC, which is what they need. You even got a kill on the bot lane as well.
Oh, while that was happening, yeah. Boomy taking out the Shadow Demon. Level 3. DK, farming is fine, but you mentioned there the PA versus DK lane is going pretty even. This is something you kind of saw last game where these lanes maybe that you feel FNATIC, should go FNATIC's way, don't go quite as one-sided. Boomy though.
One more poison?
Kill again. Yeah, 4 poisons, that should be enough damage. Is he going to pump it? He goes for a bit, that's a short thing. I don't think he needs it, but...
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna make you suffer. Popping the stack now as well.
Lane, meanwhile, Tuan with a glip under the tower and the Edict damage, putting a lot of pressure on RML, forces out all of his Spirit Siphon charges.
That's the thing with Lash though. As soon as you have to dive the tower, Edict suddenly doesn't deal damage anymore.
Let's play from Lion just to TP in to refill that bottle.
Yeah.
I mean, he just died, so it's it's not like anything crazy, but just making sure he helps out his mid lane.
And DP needs it also. Like, as we said, they need to play a strong early game tempo, and this DP needs to come off a good start. Once you have level 6, maybe even start to threaten some towers.
Lane again, the snowball on in with the tag team. They vacuum back Raven.
Oh, this is
Getting a lot of Iron Shell damage with a TP from Jabs. He should be okay here. He gets back to his tower. Has some Lucent Beams they can chuck out. Tim's could be the one in some trouble now. Second point in poison. Doing a lot of damage here, and with a double, now triple poison stack.
One more beam.
I believe they should be able to get this kill. Yep, there's a beam. The snowball is there. Bok, we're going to turn this one around. They want the kill on DJ and Revenge, but Bok doesn't have an Iron Shell on himself. He's out of mana.
Yep. And now this is the power of DK. He's going to be full health forever until either the task with an Iron Shell TPs or the Death Prophet TPs. This is why this hero is so popular now in the offlane. You just can't bully him out at all. Sitting there with 17 health regen, he's gonna have his dragon soon, and then he forces you to respond to him. Because if you don't, you just lose the tower for free.
And definitely PA not the hero that just wants to stay there trying to defend the tower, so see if maybe they send someone else like a Darkseer, but may just be a lane they have to give up at some point.
Yeah. PA is actually going a little bit greedy. Gonna go for the Battle Fury rather than the Desolator timing. Alright.
Feels like their game may turn into let's get some stacks going and hope for Gabby to carry us. I mean, not that this game start has been terrible for TNC by any means. It does, I mean, you can see the gold and the farm of the various cores. It is pretty even.
Yeah. You remember how yesterday Tim's got like a ton of farm priority on his Grimstroke? I want to see the same this time around on the Shadow Demon. Everything they have just gets answered by the Demonic Purge. The Yule Scepter save, the Surge save, PA gets answered by it. There's just nothing Shadow Demon doesn't do.
TNC.
And now he dies.
Jabs walking. They just stole a neutral stack.
Does he die?
Looking for a kill as well. He may just survive his way through this one. That's probably too far away. Jabs getting right-clicked by a line, but they Royal 1 charges, so
no damage.
They get some. They get most of the neutral stack though.
Yep, that's good. Gotta make sure that Lesher doesn't get this, but he just rotates bottom with the Dragon Form as well. Easiest tower of their life.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
The response up top, is it going to be proportionate? It may include a kill here. Raven is still up here. Cavs should not have been staying up here this long with both Hawk and Gabby making the move. DJ going to be forced to TP out, and he's going to...
He was long!
Still, what to say, I thought it was out, but... TP
to the mid tower where Lesh already TP'd.
Oh. Boomy hits the Impale now with the fun Lesher trying to defend this mid lane. Armel is not going to be able to chase him with the X's, but he gets some good damage. This T1 mid taking damage as well as up top. TNC
Chayon
making some great moves. The Shadow Demon with the disruption save will help keep Tron alive from the snowball in. Tins will pay the price. Great positioning from Jabs.
Well played by him. And yeah, as you said, the Luna Death top hurts him quite a bit. I feel like as though he should have been bottom together with the other cores already. Top was not safe at the time anymore. Now they're gonna lose top tower, and it's 1-1 even.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Off-lane tower apiece, 4 kills apiece. PA farming well, top of the charts with the Death Prophet in terms of net worth. That is definitely what you want to see if you're TNC.
Yeah. And Luna is not going for the greedy mom build, just going straight into Dragonlance's Yasha. We've seen this be popular quite a bit more lately, just so you're able to fight a little bit earlier.
Do you like that Gabby's going for this greedy Battle Fury build?
That's a good question, because we kind of said in the mid-late game we favored FNATIC, right? Like, Desolator timing this game could be very strong against the heroes they have. But if you do get a fast Battle Fury, and we see the stacks they have with the Ancients, it might not even delay your Desolator by a whole ton.
It feels like that 3-item timing, the Battle Fury, Deso, BKB is where TNC, they're strongest, assuming, you know, things don't go crazy one way or the other with some, you know, smoke plays here. Obviously, a lot could happen before then. So it is not a game that's played on a script. And Fnatic looking to write their own script. They're making their way down bottom with a smoke play, but TNC have already vacated this lane.
And the DP is actually going Kaya Sanj. First item. I liked it quite a bit actually against all these stuns they have. The Demonic Purge as well. Gets the time reduction, of course. The status resistance. And also your Spirit Siphon actually scales very nicely with the Kaya. Upping the percentage a little bit.
As far as some of these other heroes go, Bok rushing the Aghanim Scepter, not being that kind of aura hero. They have that double Iron Shell in play.
Yeah,
early on.
I mean, it's just the best item on Darkseer for me. Always. Like, you get this 40 seconds duration, which is insane. Like, you just put it on a creep in the base, and it pushes all the way to the other base almost. That's how long the duration is. It gives you the 350 health bonus. Is it 350? No, only 300 now. It's been nerfed a little bit. But 300 health on every hero, that's basically 1500 health in total. It's a huge upgrade.
Always ready for a fight.
Fnatic gonna try and make any more moves. The smoke down bottom unsuccessful. I mean, they took the bottom tier 1 tower, but it doesn't really feel like they're trying to use this Leshrac or DK to take objectives. Is that fine for them, Black? Are they just playing for that late game Luna right now?
Sort of, but I think what they're really looking for is just the initiation of the Dragon Knight. He is 300 gold away from the Blink Dagger. After that, they should really be able to pick up the pace and potentially stop that PA in the triangle. Because without that, they have nothing, right? They just can't initiate.
Now it's TNC again making a move. They smoke down bottom. The Lion just level 5, though. He doesn't actually have Finger of Death, but they have got an Exorcism. They're fishing, and Death, his Blink Dagger not up. Are they going to see him?
Oh, he unsmoked.
They see death.
Is he ping?
Yeah, but there's no like
Is
death.
under attack.
No escape for you. He was not expecting a rotation down here. They're going to throw an exorcism to make sure they get this kill. He was 200 away from a blink dagger.
That's the biggest kill they could have gotten. Wow. This feels super bad if you're Dragon Knight. Now your blink is delayed by at least 2 minutes. Bot tower, I don't think they're gonna get the whole tower, but at least half health.
May regret this snowball. He's dread. He's just going to turn around and dish out a walrus punch before he goes down.
Yeah, Invis on top. Can he snatch it away? Cannot.
Go in. He's not ready to throw his life for a rune. That's the carry. Not a support.
Yeah, look at that. Look at this massive ancient stack. It's not quite the 8 stack that we saw earlier into the tournament, but really big nonetheless.
Moving on the FNATIC side, any chance if they, you know, can take this mid tower? Are they trying to contest it at some point, or they just have to accept it's going to go down?
If they're aware of it, I don't think they scouted it out at all. They do have the Shadow Demon illusions as well on the Luna. They could farm it relatively easily, but they have never really been to that area yet, I think. There's another stack gonna come out here. Is he gonna get it? Looks good.
Or now it's about to be a 5 stack. Stuns it to make sure. Right.
Yeah. And Battle Fury 400 gold away.
For Gabby. At this point, a slower game for TNC seems fine. I don't think they want to stay slow once they hit that, you know, Battle Fury BKB or Battle Fury Desert BKB, but FNATIC, who feel like they want to make moves with the blink on Death's DK. They want to catch TNC by surprise.
Amel.
Mid lane. That's a big kill if they can get it. There's the blink Dragon Tail. Is there going to be enough save? This shard blocking off any kind of follow-up. The snowball pulls him out of the shards as well. Tusk
On the neutral creep.
Very nicely done. What happened? Well, the snowball, yeah. Very.
Snowball on the neutral creep, which was right in front of them. They thought they targeted the melee creep at the tower, but no. Tims is a little bit too smart for FNATIC in this time around. Amel would have been dead otherwise.
Even the ice shards at the start kind of blocked off any kind of melee follow-up. Like Leshrac couldn't really run in for the Edict Pulse Nova.
Yep, and during all this time, another stack of the Ancients. It's like a 7th now, I think, or 6th. I don't even know. It's too many.
It was 5 before, so maybe it's up to 6 now.
Alright, time to blur it up. Ah, this is so... I hate this mechanic as it works. Like, no other hero can do this.
I mean, other heroes can farm stacks. Some of them have to obviously pay a price to do.
True. You could be a Sven and just kill them in 3 hits.
Yeah. Or a TA. It reminds me of TA using traps, for example. Like, you're not really taking any damage as a TA to farm ancient.
Yeah, and it's gone just like that in 20 seconds. Now PA, suddenly the big net worth leader. Went from like 6k to 7.6 or so.
Have you, as you see this game develop and play out, are you kind of reconsidering it all? Like, you know, our thoughts at the end of the draft was like, you know, this looks like FNATIC have a better draft for once. Do you still feel that way?
I do. If the Shadow Demon gets some farm priority, which he hasn't so far, he's still quite far away from his Aghanim Scepter, which is really where this game is going to turn around. Because PA is the big damage leader. If you can purge him, he really just won't do anything. And he's not building into a Saint Yasha, which means the status resistance isn't there. How long does this purge last? 7 seconds, where you're basically just a creep. There's nothing he can do about it.
I think even though he's not getting the farm priority, he recognizes that's the game-changing item. A lot of times Shadow Demons won't rush the Ag Scepter. They'll get an Aether Lens or something along the way. Going straight into it. Get some farm priority to get there.
Well, it's a big smoke into the triangle.
Yeah.
But it's already farmed. They missed the timing.
Yeah, Gabby's already out. Perhaps a little bit exposed, but he's sitting back now. Gabby's getting carefully. He is blurred up. Instead, they find Bok. Gabby's like, oh, what's going on here? This doesn't look so pretty. He's going to leave Bok to die. Is the turnaround there? Radiant actually glyphed to try and get some tower damage out with the split shot, but not going to get any revenge kills.
Yep, good pick off. He was very close to his Aghanim Scepter. But I think it's not the end of the world for TNC also, because no one from FNATIC was farming during all, and they didn't get the big prize of Gabby.
Oh, this mid-observer ward. out of range. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Look at the
just out of
dire
range.
observer. It was next to a sentry. There was a sentry right on top of it that they dewarded. So they deward a sentry that's like here, and then the obs is just...
I mean, it's like a double sentry too, right? Both sentries is literally on the edge. Like, I've never seen a ward live on knife's edge like this. And this ward could potentially be a fight winner, if not even the game winner.
That's one where, yeah, I mean, it's kind of...
That definitely is bad. Because if you're TNC, you're not checking there. Because you have so many sentries down already.
Oh, exactly. They've got a sentry above. It's a triangle. They basically built a triangle, and somehow there's this one spot in the middle that's just barely missed.
Yeah. At the same time, though, they don't really hit any strong power spike for a while, so this ward might not lead to anything major for them.
Hyping it up, but yeah, it is a moment of farming for really both teams. As both PA looking to hit that Deso, they may go for something like a Roche before the BKB if TNC can find a pick-off, but on the FNATIC side, Luna, SMY completes to go with the Dragonlance, has a BKB queued up, so both teams going to be hitting BKB timing at a fairly similar time for that big team fight.
Yeah, but now the big power spike from the Darkseer is coming. That Aghanim Scepter is going to be providing a lot of bonus health for all of these heroes on the Radiant. Yeah, you can already see EP sitting at 2.3k health. It's going to be a tough kill.
Armel, Blink Dragon Tail is there. And the Splitter follow-up potentially could cause him some problems. He's getting purged up as well. Armel in trouble, but the Snowball save is there. If Snowball's in mid, keeps him alive for a little bit longer. Can Armel heal himself back up? He's Spirit Cycling, but it's not enough. He does go down with the extras and committed. I don't think you want to take this fight. TNC lose too quickly. The Demonic Purge preventing any kind of, Iron Shell bonus health and...
Yeah, no surge, no nothing. That's what we spoke about. You run in, you feel very confident, but gets turned around on you real quick. Because Shadow Demon, of course, also with a Soul Catcher, your max health is just reduced by 20% basically. And it's only level 1. It's gonna get way worse soon.
Well, after that fight, TNC actually spoke up. Are they going... It's like a two-man sneaky Roche with Pack Team.
Okay. Are they gonna sniff that out? They are in the area, but it is pretty sneaky. It's hard to sniff.
Yeah, Lion's showing top. This is very much the team saying, Boomy, show top. If you feed, it's okay. He is intentionally making himself known, as is Armel mid. They're showing two heroes, about to be 3. They see Bok with a ward down bottom, so they do not sniff it out at all.
Yeah, Lesh wanted to kill the Lion, but as soon as Roche drops, he's like, oh, no.
Radiant's bottom tower is
I
under
don't
attack.
know if TNC can use the Aegis so much. They still need a BKB on Gabby, perhaps, and they lose their bottom T2 tower. They are trying to defend it on the FNATIC side. Gabby's going to be a little bit careful. He's got
Gabby,
but they may just kill him twice. Silence comes out onto the left strike, but there's going to be a Dragon Tail as soon as he comes out, and yeah, he needs a Blink Strike target. The Snowball stun going on through. He's looking to blink to Armel. He does succeed in doing so. Tim's trying to save the day. Gabby's
dead anyway.
Though. They get the kill, and Gabby gets punished. They saw 4 heroes bottom, so I guess they felt it was safe to go mid, but FNATIC are just too quick.
We have seen it last game as well, where Gabby with an Aegis, or they catch Darkseer with the Euls as well.
Not ready for it. That's going to be an easy free pickoff.
Yeah, Gabby has to be really careful with these Aegises. We've seen many times in this qualifier in particular where he just wanders off by himself with that Aegis and forces his team in a little bit of an awkward position.
This is kind of a mystery. Like the entire FNATIC team was bottom picking the tier 2, and I guess they were expecting FNATIC, okay, they're going to get the tier 2, then they're going to steal out Outpost, but it's before even finishing the tier 2, they were 5-man keeping mid.
Yeah, he definitely did not expect that. Good punish by FNATIC. It was a very big win for them.
And this feels like really FNATIC's power spike.
All these good items are online now. DK, very close to his BKB. Luna just finished hers. How's Leshak looking? He's not even going BKB, but he finished his Kaya Assange.
You mentioned the Ags. Jabs has a Philosopher's Stone, so that could be a bit of a game changer.
Always when you need it.
Do
they have one on the Radiant side?
Not
they
one
don't.
Anyone's carrying, no. Yeah.
And they have a growth board that no one can use. Yeah, perhaps time to revisit my idea of tokens.
That's what we need. Gambling inside Dota 2. That's what I'm hearing.
It's already gambling, right? It's more like you're redeeming.
Looking like a true gambler. It's not really gambling, says the gambler.
Yeah, it's more of a redeeming thing, guys.
It's a loot box, you know? It's not.
Yeah. Not the same thing at all. What are you on about?
Here we go, FNATIC with a 4k gold lead, just storming down these lanes. And if you don't defend towers, they fall fast. Leshrac, Edict, Luna. I don't know, but probably not any kind of a high ground push is coming. We'll have to wait and see if FNATIC, how bold they feel without an Aegis. But FNATIC managed to secure their second Roshan, and they do go for a high ground push. It's a Luna Leshrac defense. That's really hard to defend into.
Yeah, and Shadow Demon is inching closer and closer to this game-winning item. 600 gold away now, and he's gonna be pretty tanky too with it. He has raindrops, 1700 health. Not gonna be easy to kill him for this PA.
Well, a free uncontested tower top going away FNATIC. There is a tier 1 trade for TNC down bottom, but FNATIC happy just to play this top side of the map, farm the Radiant Ancients, continue get closer and closer to that Aghanim Scepter as well as the BKB on Dragon Knight. And it feels like they're just waiting for Roche number 2 class.
Yeah, and that's when they want to put the nail in the coffin. When is that gonna spawn? May respawn in 4 minutes. It's a long time. I didn't realize Gabi lost his Aegis he lost it like 10 seconds after he got it, right?
Exactly.
It's a long
FNATIC
respawn.
could go for a smoke play before then if they see a potential pickoff, but really they're in such a good position now to get like an uncontested Roche. The pressure and the onus is on TNC to make a play outside of their base. Stop Roche from happening.
They have this really cool combo now though. Lion Blink and Darkseer Blink, where they could set up for a massive vacuum impale, which is really the only way for them to win a team fight right now, it feels like.
They feel like it's a good way. They smoke up. 5-man smoke down the mid lane. The Dire Ward did not scout it. Nag have really good vision up, so they're going to see nobody leaving the base on either the top or bottom side, so they may realize TNC is smoked up fairly soon because their vision basically should see somebody, and it doesn't.
Yeah, and Abaddon is on prime course to just intercept the smoke.
And he's doing this intentionally. FNATIC drew a square around their Ancients as if they
good ward though
coming. Yeah, and Luna actually comes in as well. Does have a BKB. Luna gets BKB of death. Oh, Raven gets blown up too fast. DJ couldn't get the shield up because he was stunned as well. It felt
he
like
also
FNATIC
shielded himself actually.
Yeah.
He preemptively shielded himself, probably thinking I'm gonna intercept the smoke gang, but then it never happened. They went straight into the Luna.
It looked like he was running in to intentionally pop the smoke, but then Luna also came in was the problem. If he was there alone and, died or whatever, it's fine. But suddenly, Gabby's on the high ground. He's going to double damage through. They need to deal with Gabby, but there's going to be a vacuum to kind of destroy this one. The Chain Sun is there. The Snowball Save comes into play now. With the Shadow Demon Aghanim, is this going to be enough to cancel out?
Gabby, careful!
He'd be TPing. He gets out of there. Blink strikes away. Doesn't go for the TP. Well, he was considering for a second.
A little crazy.
Blocking that damage.
Yeah, there was a 3v5 fight to get out of it, but gotta be a little bit careful with FNATIC. They might have potentially lost to the game. If that vacuum impale hits on 2-3 heroes, you're done. The game might be just over there. Or you have to buy back and spend a lot of resources. But they get away with it. Courtesy to the Shadow Demon Purge also.
Yeah, they just lost their lead though. I felt like, FNATIC had this match control had really good vision up that they just had to play around, and then they kind of gave it all away with that sequence of events there.
Yeah, it's basically a 5k gold swing, but the big item we've been hyping up, the Shadow Demon Axe, is now there. So even if PA blinks in and starts hitting people, he's gonna get purged right away. They're smoking up into the triangle, but again, Gabi just finished the camp and is out of there.
They have the wall there, so they know nobody's there.
Oh.
They are, trying to just clear these Radiant heroes away from this area of the map so they can secure Roche, but Roche is still not up for some time. Even though Gabby instantly lost that Aegis and kind of made a mistake, it is helping him out a lot.
They're getting outplayed so hard right now. Like, Tim's also just cuts that last creep wave before TPing out, and there was 5 heroes running around together. They did not farm a single creep in like 45 seconds, any of them. Which, it was a pretty obvious smoke. Weren't pushing on any lanes, right?
Because they went top, suddenly TNC able to come farm their Ancients. Again, Gabby farms these Ancients, dewards the area, so kind of outmaneuvering FNATIC in every way possible here, but it is still an even gold game, and hyping up what FNATIC's draft can do and how much they can deal with this PA because of the Ag Scepter, so still have plenty of ways to win this game and win this
Counter smoke
fourth Roche fight.
By TNC. He's also going full assassination build on PA, going for this axe just to be able to kill the Shadow Demon, because that's the winning condition for the Radiant.
Find and kill pesky Shadow Demon. Jab's going to be so careful with his positioning. Has an Aeon Disc queued up. Recognize
not surprised.
They get Orb of Destruction. That is so nice for them.
Yep, handing it over straight to the PA.
He's always ready for a fight.
And now it's TNC's turn to find absolutely nothing.
And this is, I feel like that's often been the case. These teams have gotten so good at reading what their opponents are doing. They understand and have played so many games against each other that so many of these long late game SEA Dota games, it's like one team smokes and the other team knows they're smoked and just basically avoids them.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Very good at reading the map for sure. I mean, there's a reason they're here.
I have bunching for you.
And they're playing the kind of cautious safe. So anytime they could be smoked, even if they're not, sometimes they're playing defensively.
Yeah.
They'll leave anything to chance. $40 million is at stake.
Yeah, want to make sure that you get there as safely as possible without any sort of heart attack.
Alright, with it. Got tier 3 neutral amps coming out. What are we getting here? That's perhaps... that can have a slight influence on the game. Titan Sliver for Death Prophet with the Orb of Destruction on PA we mentioned. On the Dire side, there's also a Titan Sliver. A Quickening Charm, which they don't have the best hero for, so the support Abba gets it.
Yep. I would actually like to see it on the Shadow Demon, but he's holding on to the Philosopher's Stone still. He wants the money.
Give them both, so they can have one. The Quickening in the backpack, maybe.
Yeah, and when you die, you put the Philosopher in your inventory. Elven Tunic. That's a good one against PA. We're gonna pick it up.
Oh no, it is Dire. You're right. Sorry, what am I saying?
Yeah, but Paladin Sword also. Very good item for the PA. And that means Orb of Destruction won't be used. Maybe we can give that one to the Tusk. Honestly, I wouldn't mind Paladin Sword on... what's her name? DP either? Because, yeah, the Spirit Siphon gets amplified by it as well. But she has the Titan Sliver, so no. No, no, no.
Many good neutral items, this one hearing.
Yeah.
He's got all the good ones.
Cloak of Flame also in the Darkseer. It's also his good item.
Like, okay, we're done getting on neutral items. Roche is up. It's time to fight. FNATIC, they smoke up, looking to break this high ground. There's a Radiant Ward on the logo now. Skymasec. Tim's
instant blink off of both.
Death blinks down. Yeah. Death jumps in. Tim's jumps out. Both teams disengage. This is...
Yep. Death in, Tim's out, Boomy out. Boom, boom, boom.
They force this Roche and FNATIC think they can. They just hit the Skadi timing on Raven. It does mean he does not have buyback. If TNC can get the jump here, it's an illusion room, which is pretty nice as a save. Gabby maybe going to jump in and just cause confusion with this to prevent himself getting purged, but Roche is starting to drop, getting low, but not dropping too fast. They still have time to get here. Gabby, they look to jump down. The Orb of Destruction. Shadow Demon on the side. They get the first break onto Armel. They find the Shadow Demon. They instantly kill him. Gabby doesn't get purged. As the BKB's coming out on the FNATIC side, they're protecting their cores. The Luna, and now they're going to snowball in. They want DJ. Instead, they're going to switch targets. The board
DP through so much.
PA getting purged. PA cannot get the crits here. Even through the BKB, Gabby's just being entirely negated. But it's Armel. He's the carry of this fight in the front lines, but he runs out the Spirit Siphon and finally goes down, even though he takes the Luna with him. Are there more purge charges? Shadow Demon's still got one to go. He's going to throw out the last one as Gabby is in some trouble. Poison! That's low. No more poison. Now there's mana drain.
Oh, Gabby!
God, he's mana burning everybody. Gabby goes in and back out. The Aghanim Scepter helping him out here. Can he find more? What a team fight. Gabby played that so goddamn freaking well. Oh.
Wait, FNATIC gives him up.
They are fallen to the Radiant.
Shard, Aegis, jeez. Oh, Jeff has to die back if you die.
Just bought back, and perhaps it's going to be a second death on him. They're already tipping him. They know they've found the Shadow Demon. And now they can perhaps even go for a high ground play. Death Prophet back in 20 won't have Exorcism, so maybe TNC will look to just slow things down a bit.
And his DP dealt so much damage while the Gabby PA got purged like twice or 3 times even. He ends up dying with Gabby survives at 50 health.
Yeah. First purge was actually on the Death Prophet. They killed Shadow Demon before he purged the PA. They just blinked on the Shadow Demon. Gabby, Ormel made it his #1 duty to kill Shadow Demon.
Yeah, you have to.
Buyback came in.
And Shadow Demon is pretty far away once more from his Aeon Disc with that. And now the shard up on PA, that's gonna make him very squishy on the Dragon Knight.
Goes for the one-shot play.
Oh, he caught him!
Okay, with the Shards block, you're gonna get the kill and Death blinked into this one! Oh no! He's a madman! The Fan of Knives just shredding some of these Fnatic heroes with that percent-based damage. TNC finding kill after kill. It's the Gabby PA. This guy, the best PA in Southeast Asia. And he's putting on a show here. Every time I see him play this hero, he's always going this Axe build. He just loves what the item brings to the hero, and he will just constantly run at Fnatic and outplay them.
This Earth shot, though, is doing a lot of work.
Exorcism back up, though. TNC want to force his high ground. Next creep wave's a little bit of a ways away.
Yeah, and it's gonna disappear quickly. Oh, these ledge stuns.
Yep.
Another one. Another one.
They get bigger and bigger. You may just have to back off. Gabby's got the Aegis, though. They will get the tower, so not a bad find, but TNC are going to have to reset, perhaps wait for another exorcism and look to fight with this Aegis, showing that this Shadow Demon Axe is not perhaps the counter that you and I hyped it up to be, Black.
Yeah, it's still a little bit difficult for him to survive. But with this Ghost Scepter, it should be a little bit easier. And look at the Armel skill and talent build, and item build too. Like if you click on the Spirit Siphon, 7.3% of max health per second for 6 seconds. It's just absolutely massive against DK, Luna, and Leshrac, honestly. Last fight he got a Spirit Siphon on all 3 of them. He just didn't die for like 15 seconds.
And when he goes in and gets, when he got perks last fight, because he's got this BKB, he doesn't necessarily die. The physical damage from Luna isn't there. It may come with this like Crystallis Daedalus, but Luna, it's spread damage. It's not single target physical damage as far as carries go. Like Luna does a lot of physical damage, but you're not bursting a hero like Death Prophet down during BKB.
Yeah, 100% agree. And this Armel DP is also starting to scale very strongly. If they go into late game with such a big lead, honestly, this TNC draft looks really scary.
Do you think Fnatic need to be prioritizing killing PA or Death Prophet more in these fights?
That's a very good question. I'd say probably whoever they get their hand on first, right? With the DK initiation?
Either or, okay.
Yeah. The problem is though, DK is not, he's just not really a factor anymore. He's a stun, that's it.
May change with the Axe, or is that not the case?
I mean, at least, I guess you can slow them down a bit more, but this Fan of Knives makes Dragon Knight just like a paper plane. This plus 12 armor is just gone. 8 armor against DP, you're gonna be in a minus. You're just gonna die.
Yeah, making great use of destruction. Was toggling in the Paladin sword when she got low last fight as well. As here comes TNC, loading up with the
They're gonna melt now.
They get a jump Walrus punch in, and that's the DK melting. Couldn't get his BKB off, and also, yeah, just the Fan of Knives. So good.
And it's a DP ult pop. They wanna go for the mid-rex.
And with the access, they're almost spells like the Fan of Knives. They reset whenever Gabby gets a kill in these fights.
Yeah, it's really good to get up with a shard. And the mid-rex gone. Do they want to go for more? Looks like yes.
Did that way. They're pinging it. DK does a buyback. Are they going to be forced to use this one? Fnatic maybe looking like they could go down 2-0 in this best of 5 grand finals unless they can find a way to defend top lane of Rax here.
TNC assuming a more defensive posture now. They don't need to go for anything more. Like every time they kill this Dragon Knight, just look at the gold differential between him and the Darkseer. Like it's obvious who's gonna scale way better into the late game. And Luna alone won't be able to carry this game.
Do what he can. Are we headed towards that crazy point? Doesn't he consider a rapier at some point at all?
Potentially. I think the answer we'll have right after the smoke.
Yeah, we'll see how this fight goes. Death blinks in. Oh, look at the Centaur! The hero! What was that Centaur doing? They get all the BKBs off the Fnatic side. They're looking to finish up this PA BA, who has been perched up. They're looking to get the blink strike away. BA still alive for now, but the chase is on him. FNATIC. That's Centaur. That was a neutral, right? It wasn't dominating.
It was a neutral, yeah.
Centaur, and Armel has a cheese. I don't know if he wants to pop it here. He's going, back towards the wrong base. It's an ultra kill. It's a team by FNATIC. Centaur lol. Oh my god, it was a 4-man stun from a neutral creep in a grand final game. What the hell just happened, Black?
Yeah, I can't say I've ever seen that, but they sort of put themselves into the situation. They hit him, they made him mad, and it didn't finish him off. Yeah. You all know from action movies how this goes. John Wick, you gotta finish him off or he's gonna destroy you.
Oh my god, they just
this
got
also answers the question,
by a neutral freak.
rapier needed. I don't know.
Is under attack.
I mean,
never seen that before.
They were about to get smoked, obviously you have to be ready for something like that, but oh my god, and it's to the high ground we go. FNATIC. That is the most crazy thing I've seen in a game of Dota in a long, long time.
Yeah, and that's at least one side, maybe with Luna even two. The entire advance is just gone.
Radiant's middle barracks is fallen.
Oh man. That was a perfect fight also for FNATIC. They get the purge on the PA. He can't run anywhere.
Without the Centaur, it may have been. It looked like it could be a good fight, but it's hard to know. Best thing's gonna happen if there wasn't a 4-man stun. Destiny and the BKB stun off. They blow up the Dragons here, the Darks here before he can do a whole lot. Chuan now in the front lines with the lens.
Armel
BKB
has
and
cheese.
TNC has just thrown away their lives to try and defend their base here. Armel cheese keeping alive a bit longer. Armel on the side with a Spirit Siphon healing it back up. He's making this fight work. They take out the DK Abba. They're gonna get the lens drag as well. Armel with the cheese is holding. They're gonna get a team wipe with Jeff. Sprung by the way out of this one, and even with the A on this, he's still going down. They get double racks, but they pay the heavy, heavy price of their entire team.
Yeah. I mean, there were a lot of buybacks expended, at least by the TNC side. The big crucial part of this teamfight was Abaddon got one hit crit without being able to activate his ultimate.
What?
If he lives there, maybe the fight goes the other way, but another team wipe, and now they're going for the top side.
Let's see, do they go for racks or do they wait? Roche just respawned as well, so that's another thing that, you know, TNC...
If they get Roche now, that would be massive. No one has buybacks. With that Roche on advantage, you could potentially just close out this game. But they want to force up more buybacks.
Dire's top tower is under
They're not happy with this.
And I think if you're FNATIC, you may just let it go because there is a tier 2 tower bottom, so they can't take mega creeps.
But then if you're FNATIC, why do you buy back these two heroes to begin with?
Maybe just a bit of a stall.
A bit of nerves.
The dirt. See what the goal is going to be. It looks like they're giving up this racks. It's going to be two lanes of racks down on both sides. TNC can fall back and go for that Roche and it respawned fairly quickly.
Yeah, Luna's still there for 10. They can definitely do it in 10 seconds. If they know about it, which doesn't look like they do. And he's going straight into a nullifier on the PA, just to get rid of the pesky A on disc on the Shadow Demon. And they scan the Roche pit. They know they're doing it.
Damage. Abby gets a DD though. They're going to kill this Roche so fast. Can FNATIC get there in time? They need it.
Remember though, SD Purge will also purge their DD.
Abby's going to be trying to fight out of this blur. They want to blow up the Shadow Demon. Aeon Disc is back up. He
not again!
For the DD.
He got silence!
Oh, silence with the break. There's nothing he can do about that. The Phantom might be a break play. Not just against heroes like the DK, against an Abba with the break silence. That's huge.
Yeah, I didn't really think about that combo, but obviously TNC did and make perfect use of it, and you can't fight without a battle. No way. Aegis Cheese Axe. Who's the Axe going to? The DP.
Picks it up, but he's passing it over, yeah.
I wouldn't have minded it on the task, to be honest. The kick is really valuable against these BKB targets. Well, DP closing in on her heart of Tarask. She might honestly be at almost unkillable territory at that point.
Yeah.
How much health is she gonna have? Like 5k?
FNATIC are probably kicking themselves. They won the huge fight, took rack, but just pushed it. Should have maybe just gone for the one lane and backed off, because when Armel respawned with the Exorcism plus Cheese, they committed so much to try and kill him, but Cheese able to help turn things around.
Yeah, overstaying their welcome a little bit down there in the lane. MVP Centaur was not enough to make him win the game just yet. Let's see which neutral creep they bribe next time.
Yeah, maybe someone's like, all right, so how about we get a, you know, Helm of the Dominator here? Maybe that's what we're missing.
Abaddon is like, maybe Solar Crest is not that good.
Let's get a few more Centaurs on our side.
Oh, that's honestly the next biggest play we'll see in Pro Dota. You Glimmer Cape, a Helm of Dominator, Centaur, and he gets a 4-man stun.
Ramby's watching and you're giving him ideas here.
I mean, they won the game yesterday. They still have a chance today, so if we see it, I'll take half the prize money.
Yeah, he's in the top 3 in the final day. SEA's, you know, delivering some amazing games, but every single region, when it comes to, you know, the importance of TI, suddenly the level of Dota, that much better.
Yeah, and it has to be, because if you're slacking just one day, you are gone.
Do you think this Death Prophet now, Heart of Trask, unkillable? Is that, you just have to kind of ignore her, or? It
depends on which situation you get caught in. The Shadow Demon Soul Catcher is still a very big deal. Minus 35% right off the bat. She has a cheese on top of that though. Kaya Sange for the status resistance, a lot of armor. It just seems so difficult to kill her. And once she gets this overwhelming blink, there's even more health on top of that.
Feels like they're going to need like the Luna with the Skadi attack, and then maybe try to get a chain stun with the Eclipse damage or something in.
Yeah. This game is not over yet though. They still do have the hard counter of the Shadow Demon.
Yeah, PA does not want to maybe poke at these buildings. It's going to get Surge. I mean, Gabby's like, do I go?
Be careful of stuns.
Gets hit by a Split Earth. That's the Iron Shell on for a bit of extra health here. Once that can be purged off, Shadow Demon just sitting back in this. Has a Shadow Amulet to play around. Jab's trying to use this when they blink in with the Dragon Tail. They do it.
He's dead.
First purge come out. That's the first life. Can they kill her a second time? They have the wall, making some illusions here. Armel on the front line, very tanky. The second purge comes out. Jabs gets his A on this proc, has a Shadow Amulet. They need detection. What a pickup from Jabs. He's just hiding here in Biz. This is so smart from the Shadow Demon. He's got one more purge to play around. Does he go for Gabby here? He's just staying in the trees and in Biz. Blink Dragon Tail, they get the kill on the Lion. And they get more. Oh, what an amazing call from Jabs to get this Shadow Amulet.
Yeah, very well done by him. They do end up getting the tier 3 tower still, but TNC wanted to end the game right there. Good high ground defense. It's so hard to push into the Luna Shard, the Lash Shard, Purges, Shadow Poison also flying through.
It's actually crazy. Like I was commenting earlier, like imagine Dota what it was 2 or 3 years ago, like late game Dota. It was like all these things just didn't exist. Nowadays, late game Dota, there's like every hero has like 2 extra spells and 2 extra crazy items, tier 5 items. It's just
and Aeon discs and nullifiers to counter those Aeon discs, and it's definitely a very different time period. And back then we were just happy with like 1 item. Now we get
Yeah, well, for supports, you didn't, like, before neutral items, it's like late game, you just didn't have many, like, a neutral item basically is like, is an extra, like, 5k net worth item in late game.
Yeah, or when you could carry multiple neutral items. The supports would just never get one.
Sometimes now.
Yeah.
Or it's just having gold in the late game, and I feel like, you know, when you were back when you were playing at TI supports, at this point, 45 minutes in, they're still sitting at 4k net worth. They're buying sentries.
Yep. Maybe a Glimmer Cape.
1 item, 1/4.
Was Glimmer Cape even there at that point? I don't even remember. I think it came after TI6, was it?
Oh, even later? Okay.
I'm not sure, honestly, but it came pretty late. Such a good addition too, like makes for such hype moments. But then you just get nullified and no hype.
So, here we go. We're in the late game Dota. Level 25's coming into play. Luna about to hit hers. Leshrak has his.
Wait, how about the minute 60 items? PA gets a Stygian Desolator with her Desolator.
It's sort of a bit of a ways to get there. You know?
Yeah. But we can see it heading there.
yeah, we can see it. It's coming, maybe. Right now, both teams going to play back. TNC may be thinking about another Roshan. At this point, they got to be a little bit worried about what they can do in a team fight.
They got DD again on the PA. Oh. And a nullifier this time around as well. If they can find this pesky Shadow Demon.
Got one sentry on this Tusk. That's the only detection I see on the Radiant side, by the way.
Are they out of sentries then? Probably, because they're not lacking gold.
They must have realized that there was a Shadow Amulet. He's got Shadow Amulet and Ninja Gear on Shadow Demon.
Yeah, like, it's all about surviving for him.
3 items, yeah. Again,
you need to get these purges out.
But it's usually the first item has become like his last item.
Yeah. Recognizing very well what is the job is this game. Don't die, get purges out on the PA. Potentially the DP, but PA, of course, the prime target.
Fnatic just inside the map. It's like Luna can almost have enough gold for this butterfly plus buyback, but may also be considering something else. There's a lot of gold on Raven's Luna.
But butterfly, you gotta be careful. You're making this Darkseer illusion very strong. Once he reaches level 25 with the parallel wall and refresher, it's gonna be very tough for the team fight into that. There's so many walls all around. Have you seen that before? Just 4 walls. And you just vacuum them from left to right. There's so many illusions. Darkseer is still a late game menace.
Comes TNC, smoked up, going down the mid lane.
Double damage PA.
Careful, there's gonna be a cycling down.
He's dead.
Compel, they blow up the light to the finger of death, and they find a second target with the Abbot, who does get the borrowed time off. But they still get chased down if they're not careful. Get side up by the Earthspike. K just walked into a cleaving crit and lost half his health there. They both have buyback, but buybacks in late game can be so important. TNC. They're not playing scared here in the late game. They're going for that killing blow. Gonna force those 2 buybacks and may have to back off with Exorcism wearing off here.
Yeah, extending the lead even further. And the next Roshan is just around the corner. 2 minutes. I lied. I thought actual ring already.
Yeah, the early, it could have been then, but here we go. FNATIC running down, looking to make a counterplay of their own.
Yeah.
Look on the left track for some invis.
Yeah, so many invis tools. Might need a gem.
Yeah,
they have a gem actually.
Okay, yeah, they just got one. Yeah, he had 1 sentry, and I think he sold DJs. He's like, why buy one when you can get a free one?
Yeah. Robin Hood mentality.
So, you know, incarcerated criminal mentality.
True.
You know, is the man he stole it from rich? This is DJ's gem. How much net worth does DJ have? He's the poor. He stole from the poor. Black.
Oh no!
Oh, Robin Hood.
He did the reverse Robin Hood.
Yeah. That's noble, taking the taxes from the poor peasants.
Yeah. Sorry, sir. I have more money than you, so give me that. Okay.
Well, the stats. It's funny because we know Roche is not back for a little bit, but obviously these teams do not. They do what they.
What's the rec situation? So bottom is always gonna push in for FNATIC, and top is always gonna push in for TNC.
The dusk is over.
The side lanes are gonna be a problem at some point. But of course, the illusionist cape. Why not?
Yes. For FNATIC, yeah, the top lane they need to push out is closer to the pit, which is maybe nice for them.
Yeah. But the good thing is Darkseer could just double Iron Shell bottom whenever, and it would just push to the base.
You say whenever, but he has to actually be in the bottom lane. He doesn't have anything like food to travel, so
true.
Ability may become a problem. FNATIC hooked up, they just hovering around this observer wall.
Oh, jabs
same thing. Like both teams have a clip they're playing around.
What's the buyback status though?
Oh, good scouting with the sigil. Find these wards and get out.
There's 2 more buybacks on the Dire.
They find the line in the pit, but he's maybe baiting with his Aeon Disc. Death is going to look to bring him down as Roche respawns in front of the Raven in the front lines. Has the Eclipse, he's going to throw it out. He's standing on top of the Darkseer wall though. Got to be careful, he takes on his illusion now. They look for the next target. Armed there with his Exorcism. and they'd love to bring him down. Back to the high ground goes Jab. Jab sits in trouble. He goes in busy. Has used up all his purges. He goes down. Now the DK as well. They both got buyback on the high ground. It is the Lion just draining everybody, sucking out all their mana. Gabby getting low. He is going to die. The PA with buyback. Every single TNC hero using buyback. And now a blink.
Nice impale.
Boomy catches out too. DJ has the shield so there. Can he keep Luna alive? We'll do a buyback on this Luna and she goes down. Making some illusions now as well.
And Roche does respond.
Ready for a fight.
Oh.
Got it.
We're at, what, 2 buybacks now. Tusk and Luna, the only 2 heroes with buyback. Like 6 heroes used buyback in that fight and 2 were already on cooldown.
How many purges do we have? Though only 1. They have a long recharge time of 60 seconds. This next fight.
No exorcism and no buybacks means PA probably is a little bit scared here.
And no wall too.
But demon entity up. What is this? Oh, it's in my MKB. I was like, crazy.
Yeah, he needs it for that butterfly. And they're going into the pit.
No exorcism. That's a huge amount of damage that's lacking. Gabby's on the north. He's going to try and make a play here. Yep, they're in the pit. They're killing this fast. TNC get the Earth Spike off at a good time. No one's going to go in for the steal though. Plant pops his BKB just to guarantee that they can pick up some of these items, and TNC did not want to make the jump, and I don't blame them.
Yeah, that's a little bit risky. Oh, it's... Darkseer needs level 25 ASAP. Like, if there's a double wall there, they're gonna win that fight. If I'm not wrong, you can actually have up to 4 Lunar illusions if you drag her through all the walls with the refresher later on. Which... I
guess the one thing Luna can do is maybe try and kill them quickly with the Lunar Blessing, but well, just with the right clicks and the Moonglaive.
Potentially, it's just 4 of them. They're probably gonna shred you before you can kill like even 1 of them. And I will feel even worse for your team.
But there's Illusionist Cape and Shadow Demon Illusions, so it's going to be like an army of Lunas versus an army of Lunas.
Yeah. How much damage did the wall illusions deal? He took the talent, so it's 125%. Pretty significant.
They're bouncing on your teammates. They're not going to be very happy.
Yeah, but he's still a whole level away from it. It's not easy to get experience at this point. He already took the tome. No other tome available for at least 6 minutes.
And I guess you have Leshrac, who's not bad at clearing illusion, so some potential to try and kill them quickly.
That's the downside of the wall illusions. It's not magic immune like Grimstroke.
Just
which
hit them with the splitter.
Why are they even magic immune? Who knows?
Grimstroke dags. Think of nightmares. I mean, support players, they deserve some fun stuff too, okay?
I'm not complaining until I am.
Here we go. FNATIC actually looking to go high ground. Neither team has been scared to go for these kind of game-winning plays when they feel like they have the advantage. And FNATIC not going for the Mega Creeps, they're just playing around this mid and bottom side, maybe looking more at the tier 4s. Like Mega Creeps is not going to be the way they win this game. Raven in the front lane just with that Solar Crest, but top lane Chuan says, okay Raven, you distract him and I'm going to go top with the Edict. They don't defend this lane, we will happily take the Mega Creeps. They do force a good BKB gets the wall out, gets an illusion of this Luna, who's also hex up. Luna
not an illusion.
Gonna lose it, gets disrupted. Still alive for now. Luna gonna go down as soon as she comes down. They've lost the Abaddon, who doesn't have buyback.
Raven bought back for this.
All back. Okay.
They all died without buybacks.
Yeah, this is a disaster for FNATIC. The Leshrac guys won, but makes time. They couldn't keep the Luna alive. And now they're just no one has buybacks. TNC with an ultra kill on Gabby. He just shredded them. It could be all over.
This game is over. They have no buybacks. When is the buybacks off cooldown? 1 minute 20? 4 minutes? I don't think you can hold this for over a minute, can you? Even then, you only Leshrac. I don't think you can hold on.
You know, they just jumped in. It was just the
you said
in and hexing it.
Yeah, but you said these teams are not scared of going high ground. Maybe you should have been a little bit scared because you didn't have any buyback. PA was critting for 2.5k damage. This DK got 1 hit. The DK got 1 hit.
Both teams, when they've gone for these high ground plays, they soon regret. We've seen TNC a few times get punished when they go for that.
Are they going for Megas? Go Throne. You know they don't have buyback.
No. They got time for both.
Okay, sure. Play it safe and then even safer.
I'm not sure what the Luna's plan is here. It's sitting at the base here. If anything, it's just figuring out, do I want to play GG with lowercase GG or uppercase GG?
Yeah, and there's nothing you can do. I kick him away. Oh no.
Dyer's
And it's all over. They take out the Luna. It's GG.
This must be heartbreaking. After that Centaur Storm, they won a massive fight. They lost 5 in the base, and now they lost 5 in the base again. They must have nightmares about this high ground push.